Up
Thank you.
for a 3-minute round, Mr. Angus.
Thank you very much. We've been talking about the data breach and the corporate culture at Facebook in response to it. Mr. Chan, I'd like to talk a bit about the corporate culture of Facebook Canada, because you're very, very busy in terms of outreach. You've met with the Election Minister Gould, Minister Morneau, Minister Duncan, Minister Jolie, Minister McKenna, Minister Carolyn Bennett, who said she was absolutely inspired by your, quote, wise and frank counsel, which is very impressive.
I want to thank the minister. That's very generous.
Well, she's a wonderful woman, so I can see that. But you're not registered to lobby, and none of your staff at Facebook Canada are registered as lobbyists. Why not?
Well, sir, look, thank you for the question. If I may, this question does go to the heart of the company's integrity and, quite frankly, my integrity personally. So I appreciate the opportunity to address this head on, if I may. At no time has Facebook come close to meeting the threshold for registration as a lobbyist. We review this posture on a monthly basis, sir, and will, of course, register if and when we meet the threshold.
Okay, could I just, because the lobbying commissioner has raised a red flag about that threshold many, many times. Because if you're a company, I talk with companies all the time, you hire someone who comes from the governing party, you work with Liberal Party, someone who knows the inner workings, Privy Council, that's your experience. You don't have to waste your time with drudgery of doing 20% lobbying. You just call up Minister Morneau, and he's going to meet with you. So you don't ever have to meet that. But other companies, out of prudence, register because they recognize that what they're doing is lobbying, because that's what you were doing. You're lobbying ministers. So why don't you follow the standards? I mean, Google registers to lobby, Amazon, every other company. Why does Facebook think these laws are quaint?
Sir, if I may, to be very, very clear, the meeting you're referring to with Mr. Morneau, again, with all due respect to all parties involved, his office reached out to Facebook. He wanted some advice on how to do Facebook Live for his budget speech.
Okay, I get that. But here's the thing. You are registered as the company's leading public policy maker in Canada, facilitating ongoing dialogue about a broad range of issues that impact the internet sector. I mean, my light bulb breaks. I don't call the head of General Electric to come and fix it. And yet you show up to help him figure out how to get more likes. Like, isn't that a waste of your time?
If you make it that, if you paint it out that way, I just, that is what I spend my time doing, sir. I'm proud of it.
Well, I know but you have enormous access. I mean, you're very friendly with these people. So why would we expect government to regulate you when you're so nice? And no company, and it's nothing about Facebook, no company wants regulation. That's why they come and meet us all the time. But that's why we have rules, because they want to limit the effect of government to put the squeeze on them. But you go and help a minister set up their Facebook page, they're going to be less likely to want to regulate you. So why not just do what other companies do and register as a lobbyist?
Well, we'll certainly take that under advisement, sir. But again, we do not meet the threshold. If I just may, though, one thing just to be clear with committee members, with 23 million Canadians on Facebook, sir, 2 billion globally, but in Canada, 23 million, people use the service in many different ways. And that gives rise to, as we're discussing today, but in other realms, very novel public policy challenges. In fact, sir, most of my time is spent working with the broader ecosystem to deal with these novel challenges. You yourself have alluded to some of these institutions, but,
yes,
we deal with
academics.
academics.
Facebook paid into PACs. I mean, you guys do public you do reach out. You are doing political work when you do your work. I think you should just register.
We are at time, so Mr. Chan, if you can just quickly answer that.
Yes. So I was just going to say we work with academics, NGOs, civil society, cultural organizations, indigenous groups, sir, chambers of commerce, small businesses. We build partnerships with people around the country. This is what it means to do public policy at Facebook, and I'm very proud of that. But thank you for that feedback, sir, and we certainly will take that under advisement.
Okay, so just we're going to get